What is up, everyone? How's everyone doing on this beautiful Tuesday evening? We're back at it with. Let me put that back. Had to move some shoes, but hope everyone is doing good on this amazing Tuesday evening, depending on where you are located in the world. We are back at it with another amazing live stream. We're going to talk some charts, talk some price action, be objective as we always are. And I have to do it solo tonight because Mr. Wyckoff Insider has a birthday party. Yes, he's lacking. He has been lacking. He has been sipping on too many coconuts and has not been putting in the out. I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding. But as always, it's 7:30 p.m. and we have our cappuccino protein coffee. Because guys, when you're in the crypto space, you always need to be caffeinated. I'm telling you. If you ask any traders, right? If you ask any traders how they perceive crypto traders, so you ask like forex, commodities, futures traders, bro. Crypto traders are considered degens. Like within crypto, we have traders and we have the trenches regarding the Solana meme coin flip. But from a trading perspective, crypto is actually considered like the degen side of trading because we have a 24/7 market. So guys, I hope you have your coffee, tea, energy drink, whatever you have ready. Let's all take a little sip together. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Mr. Nitish, good night, bros. How are you doing? I'm doing good, brother. Hope you're doing good as well. I'm seeing some familiar faces in the chat. I typically tend to go live later. Okay, I tend to go live later. So I'm gonna post a link that I'm live earlier. So bear with me for 1 second. Bear with me. Let me post it in the chat. Guys, if you're not inside of the TCT community, you know what to do. You miss out. You're literally missing out. We are live. We are live. At everyone. I think I tag everyone too much, but I don't care. I don't care. So, guys, have your coffee ready. Someone says I smell Dutch. I don't know if it's my accent or the fact that I have upfront iced coffee in my hand because that's a Dutch brand. So, Bobby Dang says perfect timing on my lunch break so can catch the stream. What else do you need? You have your food, you have your drink, you have your break, and you got me talking some charts. So, I think you guys have seen enough of only my face. I thought, let me just give the full picture before the chart goes, before I pull up the chart. But let me share my screen. Boom. Yes, guys, I had to, I had to unfortunately pull up the screen, decrease my size. I know I'm looking pretty fresh. Nah, I'm kidding. Representing Gymshark. Gotta hit a gym session after this. But we do got some stuff to talk about. Okay, we do got some stuff to talk about. Let's start off with Bitcoin. Okay, because we always start with Bitcoin. Now, the title says it all. Bitcoin showing its dominance. And what we're basically seeing right now on Bitcoin is this slow grind up. Okay, we're seeing this slow grind up where literally Max Payne is keeping this momentum up, this slow grind up. Because you're not getting that retest that most people want, right? And if we compare in the chart when we had something similar, it's pretty funny because we can see on the chart that right here, and I'm going to try and draw it again, but right here, Boom. I think I did that pretty decent. Right here, we had the exact same, where price had this slow momentum going up, leaving a lot of people behind that were expecting all that sell side liquidity to get taken, but then it simply just didn't, right? And what's pretty funny is that we're seeing that slow grind up right here, but we have two different phases to it. So right here, you're seeing a slow grind up. I'm trying to make this pretty, but like pretty hard. Okay. So right here, we saw a slow grind up. Right here, we're seeing the exact same, right? We're seeing this exact same slow grind up, but this is a bit more steep. I do have to say it is a bit more steep. But the thing is, right here, that it's very similar price action, but right here in the slow grind up, we immediately had that manipulation play right there, okay? Which was part of the PO3. Whereas right here, the PO3 was all the way up there, okay? So way kind of like later down the slow grind up phase. Right here, this slow grind up, it kind of started around the 13th of November, and then 2 weeks later, we got that PO3 effect where a lot of people got liquidated. Now, right here, we only had it like 60 to 70 days after. So the PO3 came earlier than in this phase, but obviously fractals aren't meant to be exactly the same. They just show you the type of price behavior that you can expect. Now, I can tell you from experience that whenever you have a slow grind up, eventually it needs to leave the slow grind up phase. I don't know why I'm red, but you need to leave the slow grind up phase, pop off, and then reject. That's typically what happens. Now, if where we're gonna pop off and where we're gonna reject, I can't tell you right now. But you can't have a slow grind up forever, okay? That can be. Eventually we'll have a pop up, and then you will reject, and then you will keep on ranging again until the next move happens. So we're going to watch price action closely until we can see some higher time frame signs of weakness on the chart. But in general, it has simply been trending up, and the trend is your friend until the end of the trend. Now, what does typically happen when Bitcoin is trending up? When Bitcoin is trending up, it takes the Bitcoin dominance with it. It shows dominance in the crypto markets because Bitcoin, I'm going to say it again, always moves first, okay? So, if we pull up the Bitcoin dominance chart, gonna go over our majors, you can see in the phase that Bitcoin has been moving up. Let's put them actually side by side so you can truly see it. In the phase that Bitcoin has been moving up right here, ever since the crash, right? Ever since the crash, let's see where that is. Boom. We can see right here, we started moving up, started to be in this range, and ever since this slow grind up, also after the PO3, let's delete the volume profile here. After the PO3, we can see that Bitcoin is moving up right here. On the right, Bitcoin is moving up, and it's taking the Bitcoin dominance chart with it, okay? Now, the thing is, I've given you guys an in-depth explanation as to what I am expecting on the Bitcoin dominance chart, okay? Not particularly what I'm expecting, but I'm just laying out all the scenarios that are possible, whether we're going to put in a lower high or whether we're going to put in a higher high, okay? And it all depends on the market structure from the low to the high. So our main market structure right here was making higher lows and higher highs, where right here we actually had a TCT Model 1 distribution that as of now has predicted the top on the Bitcoin dominance. Or right here, we broke that range low. That's why I'm using this main low. and expectational order flow after that first high time frame bearish breakup structure would be a lower high for a lower low. Okay. Now we're only going to be confirming a lower high for a lower low if you can break the bullish structure that's needed to go from point A to point B. Those are your different levels of structure. This main structure pool presented to you in black, that's your primary market structure. You can call this your level 1 market structure. But to get from point A to point B, price has to move up. Now, when you have a move up, you probably have some sort of upward structure, maybe not on this time frame, but most definitely on the lower time frame. Okay? Now, if we're going to look on the lower time frame, we can see, let's go to the 12-hour, that price is making a low, a high, a higher low, and right now we actually have made a higher high, confirming this as our new market structure low. Okay? So, as long as price cannot break that current market structure low, we will just continue up. And we're only going to be putting in a lower high for a lower low on our level 1 market structure if we can break this level 2 market structure shown in red back to bearish. So this is just a prediction. It doesn't need to happen, right? But if we can break our red market structure back to bearish, that will confirm that the black market structure is going to be putting in that lower high for the lower low. Okay? It's very simple, but it's very key to understand basic levels of market structure. And that's why it's also lecture 1 in the TCT mentorship. Because a lot of people get sometimes trapped on a fake breakup structure. But guys, if you just simply watch these 2 levels of market structure, you can never get trapped on the fake break. Because if you have a fake break, price just went up and higher and never put in the lower high for the lower low. But in that case, you would have never broken your red market structure back to bearish. Okay? So just applying 2 levels of structure on the chart from a swing trading perspective can bring you so far. I have shown you in lecture 1 of the mentorship on YouTube for free that you could have nailed the entire previous cycle based on 3 levels of market structure alone, right? So I'm going to always say it, market structure is king, and everything we do on top of it is an addition to market structure. So currently, we're seeing a pullback. Now, expectational order flow based on this aggressive breakup structure and also based on timing, in my opinion, is that we're going to be putting in a lower high for the lower low. Okay? That is my expectation. I could be wrong. You know, we don't trade expectations, we trade confirmations, but that is, after all, my expectation. Now, on the left, I have kind of 2 POIs on the Bitcoin dominance chart of where we might reject, but it's not the clearest price action in my opinion. Okay? So this entire zone is resistance. Okay? This entire zone is resistance. Now, the thing is, if we do not tap this zone and immediately reject, but we start to close candles inside of the zone, if you identify what the zone actually consists of, it's nothing but liquidity right here. So if you do start closing candles inside of it and you don't start rejecting, I do think we can move up to 60%. And then we can potentially reject for 60% to still have that scenario intact where we're going to be putting in the lower high for the lower low. Okay? So in my opinion, if you don't reject from the lower section, you're going to go higher in it and probably reject from the 60% area before going lower. If you don't reject there, you're going to move higher before actually rejecting down. But the reason why it's so important to understand and to realize what Bitcoin dominance is doing, put it actually here. Why it's so important to understand what Bitcoin dominance is doing is because in general, most people think, okay, if Bitcoin is going up, then my altcoins should also be going up. But that's not the case. When Bitcoin dominance is rising, you can have a distribution on your altcoins, okay? And that can be very confusing to most. But let's say Bitcoin dominance is going up, and then you have an altcoin that is potentially distributing, okay? And you're like, okay, well, I'm seeing a potential distribution here with, a one tap and a two tap, but Bitcoin is going higher. So I'm not really expecting my distribution on an altcoin to play out. Now, I can tell you that whenever this is the case, what could happen is that Bitcoin might move higher here, which is literally has been doing, but then your altcoin will only go up with it ever so slightly. But then the moment Bitcoin had a very aggressive move towards the upside and starts to cool off and retraces ever so slightly, you get a massive reaction on your altcoin, and therefore you're still completing the distribution. I was conflicting with this back when XRP was distributing, and then I paid very close attention to what is happening when Bitcoin dominance is rising and alts are distributing. And this typically tends to be the case because I was in a dilemma as well. I was like, I saw the distribution. Like we can pull it up. Let's actually pull it up and see if we can make that comparison right now. Right here, you can see it. Oh, I still have it open. Oh, that's impressive. Okay, so for some reason, if I pull up the chart next to it, I get like old TA sometimes. But it's a perfect example. I had this high time frame distribution on XRP, and we actually shorted this. So even though I did stick to the plan, I wanted to have more confidence in the short because I didn't have that much confidence because I'm on the 18-hour, it was a high time frame distribution. Now let's look at how this high time frame distribution came to play. So the 17th of October is when the high of the distribution was put in. Let's look at what Bitcoin dominance was doing the 17th of October. Right here. So what you can see, and this is actually an amazing example, okay? It's an amazing example because Bitcoin dominance was coming close to resistance. This massive red box right here is resistance, okay? So we were actually coming very close to resistance, but we were still moving up. You can see Bitcoin dominance was moving up, and also the moment we put in that high, Bitcoin dominance was still going up. And just this move up alone on Bitcoin dominance right here, let's get rid of this, we know it's resistance. Just this move up alone on Bitcoin dominance allowed us to have an entire distribution complete itself. Right here, if we delete this and we put a blue box from high to low, boom. This move up on the Bitcoin dominance chart was a move down like this on our altcoins. Now, let me fact check one more thing to see what Bitcoin was doing while we were doing this, because I think Bitcoin did have a tiny rejection here. BTC USD. Let's go to the same date. The 17th of October. Boom, right there. So Bitcoin was truly doing nothing special. It was truly doing nothing special. We went up and we went down. That was it. We went up and down, and on the move up, right? So it's very funny to see. You can see it very properly right here. Okay. Let's delete this. On Bitcoin, we had a move up right here, and we had a move down right there. But in both scenarios where Bitcoin was moving up and down, Bitcoin dominance was just simply going up. Right here. Bitcoin dominance was going up. I'm fact checking this. 1 second. It lost some market share here, and that allowed. Okay, this is an amazing example, actually. Okay, let's put these accurately because they move whenever I switch time frames. Right here, I want to zoom in on this distribution. There you go. Let's make this a bit bigger. Looking back, that was a beautiful distribution, eh? Beautiful. But right there. 17th of October, 18. Let's move it to 18 as well. And then let's move it to 18 as well. So right here, Bitcoin just had a move up. And you can see right here that move up in this area, okay? The move up in this area on Bitcoin dominance was this move up right. Is that the 10th? Yeah, goddamn. Okay, so we saw a move up in Bitcoin dominance that was the same as this move up on Bitcoin, right? While your alts were just also slowly coming up. But you can see that Bitcoin is moving up like this. Your alt went up ever so slightly until right there, right? This is kind of what your alts did. So see the comparisons, okay? Your altcoin, and mind you, this is nothing. This is your altcoin being in the range while Bitcoin went from 58 to 68. 10K increase in price when your altcoin did literally nothing. So your altcoin just deviated the range high when Bitcoin was pushing up aggressively, causing Bitcoin dominance to come up. Now, Bitcoin then decided to cool off, okay? Bitcoin decided to cool off right here because we ranged. So Bitcoin cooled off, we ranged, while your XRP right here moved up higher in total. Okay, it also moved lower, but also moved up higher. And then Bitcoin dominance continued its uptrend right there. And how did it move its uptrend and continue its uptrend? Because Bitcoin went down. And then XRP went down more. So we had a move up on Bitcoin that correlated with a tinier move up on XRP, therefore Bitcoin dominance growing. Then we had a consolidation on Bitcoin. XRP moved up ever so slightly, causing a tiny pullback in Bitcoin dominance. And then Bitcoin dropped. XRP dropped 10 times more, push up on Bitcoin dominance. Okay, so you can see if we just look at XRP, when overall Bitcoin dominance is flowing, and you completely ignore right now the tiny pause in the meantime, which is the blue box, that just was used as to complete the distribution on XRP, you can see Bitcoin went up and asserted dominance, and Bitcoin went down, asserting dominance. Meaning the move up on Bitcoin was a tinier move up on your altcoin, and the move down on Bitcoin was a massive move down on your altcoin. So when you see that Bitcoin dominance is coming into a support POI, so let's pull up the main chart again. When you see that Bitcoin dominance is coming into a support POI on the left here, which was, according to my TA, this weekly demand zone, even though you broke structure back to bearish, you can expect a bounce. Okay, you can expect a bounce. Now, if you paid attention to what happened in the past when Bitcoin dominance was increasing, you can immediately make the correlation that a move up on your altcoins will be less significant, even though Bitcoin is moving up, and the move down will be more. So if you do see a confirmed distribution, don't be scared, because Bitcoin is asserting dominance and showing signs of strength, no, you can still complete your distribution. And I made this analysis last time, and that was back in, which date was that actually? That was back in October, okay? And then I can use that now to my advantage. So I am expecting a tipping point, right? I am expecting a tipping point, but it's just not confirmed yet. We need to lose this low. You lose this low, it's confirmed. But preferably, we get some like better confirmation where we make another higher low for the higher high, causing the market structure low to move up, and then we have an easier break of structure to trade on, okay? Because if you break it back to bearish, then what's going to happen? Alts start to catch up. John Doe, isn't this 3 taps at the top of the range? I think you are referring to Bitcoin, and no. I had to keep a lot of communities members off the buttons, but you don't have a 3 tap when your second tap was a PO3. So the second tap already did all the work. Matter of fact, the second tap caused this to go over into an accumulation. Because a liquidation event is not meant to dump price to then break structure in this scenario. It was meant to liquidate you to fill long positions to reverse price back up. So whenever you have a second tab right here that already completes the move, and the second tab is a PO3, you do not have a Model 1 distribution. I said the exact same down here, and I was correct. Right here, people were asking me, is this a potential Model 1 distribution? I said, no, because the second tab was a PO3. A distribution means that the third tab needs to do all the work. If you have a PO3, the second tab already did all the work. So that's why that's not the case. It's a slow grind up. It's probably going to have some pop-off effect before having somewhat of a correction. And then that correction is not supposed to give everyone, re-entries all the way in here. No. You should have something like this, and then like this, and then continue further. Okay? That would be the best, but not come back to these price points. So I wouldn't expect to move to the range lows, Mr. John. Thanks for the alpha, mate. Grateful. I appreciate you, brother. I just tried to show you guys how you can do it yourself. What do you think alts does when Bitcoin flips 15%, 20% in January? What do you mean with flip? What do you mean with a flip? Flips 15%. So I wanted to talk about Sol actually, because I'm having an interesting thesis. Okay, I'm having an interesting thesis. Now, first, you guys need to be aware of the scenarios I gave you guys on Sol. Okay, so right here, boom. I gave you guys all the scenarios. I said scenario 1, 2, and 3, where 1 is a higher low at current market price, 2 is a sweep of that low confirming an accumulation here, 3 is a sell to buy into the main POI. Okay? So, coming to Sol now, it's looking like we're having scenario 1. Matter of fact, scenario 1 is confirmed. Okay? So, you guys watching, you need to take notes on the market behavior I am about to describe to you. Because the exact same thing that we're seeing right now on Solana is the exact same thought process I used to accurately predict the outcome of the previous macro range on Bitcoin. And it's not that difficult. Okay? It's not that difficult at all. So, what did we see on Bitcoin right here? We saw a move up that swept the all-time high And from there, we created a high time frame range that kept on deviating to low, keeping the highs intact. So what did we see? We saw a range. Okay, we saw a range. We saw a move up right here. Okay, move up, sweeping that previous all-time high. Then we put in our range high. We put in our range low. And from there, we swept the low over and over and over again, showcasing that they are pushing price down to stop people out of the current long positions while also causing breakout shorts. And that way, they allow themselves to get filled on all their swing long positions. So you can see right here, we put in our range high, put in our range low, and we deviate the low over and over and over again. Okay? While, very important note, leaving our highs intact. And actually, in this case, in this kind of like trend line formation, you can call it trend line liquidity, call it whatever you want. Okay? But pay attention to the current high time frame market behavior. We went and swept the previous all-time high, created this high time frame range that swept the low over and over again while leaving the highs intact. Remember that, because we're going to go to Sol now. What did we see on Solana? Solana right here on the left swept the previous all-time high. Right here. We swept the previous all-time high. From there, we didn't really have a proper established range. Okay, this is technically speaking a range, but it's not pretty. Okay, it's not pretty, but you do have your high, you do have your low, and you have the touch of your equilibrium. Okay, so I would use it more from the market structure low standpoint, where right here we have the daily market structure low, but you can also put it from the range. The idea is going to stay the same. We can see right here, this was our daily market structure low, making higher lows and higher highs, following the 6 candle rule, and that's something we use to validate market structure. You can see your market structure low here. What do? You SFP your market structure low, meaning you wicked and you close above. That's what this SFP stands for. What followed from there is yet again an SFP of your low. From there, again, what happened? An SFP of your low. While, yet again, leaving your highs intact right here in this beautiful return to zone formation. Okay? So just like we just described Bitcoin, where we are having a range high, range low, it can be market structure high, market structure low, doesn't matter, where we swept the previous all-time high and we deviated the low over and over again while leaving the highs intact. We're doing the exact same on Sol, where we swept the previous all-time high and we're deviating the low over and over again, leaving the highs intact. Now, how do you confirm a higher low for the higher high here? I told you guys in my post that we need to break structure. So you can see I'm on the 4-hour and I'm talking about that current market structure break. Now, that market structure break got moved down because we created more structure. So you can see right here, from the top down, locally, we have lower highs and lower lows. Again, I'm drawing these market structure. I'm drawing the market structure here following the 6 candle rule that's explained in the mentorship. And right here we have our break of structure. Okay, what is expectational order flow after break of structure? Obviously, you will expect a higher low for the higher high. The break of structure, like shown here, was your confirmation for scenario 1. Where did we react of? Right here of this 4-hour breaker. You know, you guys can have your own TA regarding POIs where you think price can bounce. It was also a golden pocket if you prefer to use that, you know, from a FIB standpoint. But obviously the confluence is even better, where you can see the 618 aligning with that breaker block, and voila. That could be your spot buy, your leverage buy whatsoever. I'm not leverage trading it because it's not really a TCT model, and I stick to the TCT models. But we did actually have a TCT model at the bottom here. We did actually have one. Someone traded in the Discord, but it's not a high probability model, but the context is really good for the model to play out. Okay. So that's basically all that I'm doing and all that's going on, inside of my mind when I am mapping out these scenarios and I'm showcasing SFP to all-time high, wicking the low over and over again while building liquidity above. If you have watched lecture 4 of the mentorship, you would have exactly known what the market makers were doing. Okay? We're going to go to the playlist because you guys need to pay close attention to everything I say in that mentorship. It's on YouTube for free, guys. Lecture 4, liquidity. I hope it loads. Otherwise, you just have to watch it yourself. But let's check. Let's check. I don't exactly know. Beautiful. We're talking about liquidity curves, return to zone. I'm explaining the exact scenario right here on Bitcoin, where we're waking the low over and over again. Yeah, guys, just study this lecture. It's once you know what liquidity does, leaving that liquidity above, grabbing it, then coming back down, or sweeping the liquidity below, filling the long positions. You can see right here, each low has liquidity. Market makers know the exact numbers. Algorithms know the exact numbers. They sweep that liquidity and they reverse price. Okay? They have all the data. Exchanges are also market makers. And trust me, an exchange has all the data. So the current context, the high time frame context, is that this is supposed to go higher. Okay? We got the confirmation right here on the lower time frames with the break of structure with the TCT Model 1 to back everything up. So I am expecting a rotation higher on Solana. Now, this is where it truly gets interesting, because if we pull up the Solana chart versus the ETH chart right here, and I also just made a post about this, I am expecting, okay, ETH to outperform Sol in the future. Okay? Now, we're currently having this range formation. So let me just elaborate on the post I made. Okay? This is the current Sol versus ETH chart. We were in this macro distribution range for a while, but the distribution unfortunately never got confirmed. But we had our range high, we had our range low, we deviated once, and then we deviated twice, while also deviating the all-time high on that third tap. This never got confirmed. Now, if you're inside the community, you always know if we have the possibility of a proper distribution model and it fails, don't just ignore the model, but watch that it can still play out, turn into a potential PO3, and watch for that extra manipulation. Okay? And what we saw was this buy to sell, where if you go on the monthly time frame, this range is still valid because you have the 2-candle pullback there. And if we even pull up the DL2, you can see we have no close above our deviation limit, meaning this move up is still valid to be considered from a deviation standpoint, and we can call that manipulation, while we're also creating that very famous high time frame topping structure that is not confirmed. Okay? It's not confirmed. It needs 14 more days. But if we go on the lower time frame, you have broken structure pretty aggressively. Okay? Right here, if we go on the high time frame like the 3-day, we have broken structure pretty aggressively inside of this range. Just like this. Let me get rid of that DL2 right now. Boom. This is considered manipulation. So we have broken structure pretty aggressively inside of the range. So I am expecting a lower high for the lower low following simple market structure. Okay. Now, whether the lower high or lower low gets confirmed, just like on the Bitcoin dominance chart, we have to watch the structure from low to high. Simple use of two different levels of market structure. And when the local uptrend breaks back to bearish, that's when you confirm the lower high for the lower low on the higher time frame. Okay? Keep on putting the importance on that. But my expectation at the moment is eventually a lower high for the lower low. So Sol can maybe start moving right now while ETH is still a bit lagging behind. But sooner or later, I'm expecting this to do this. But I'm expecting Sol to also move higher. Meaning ETH should just start ripping. I think when this puts in the lower high for the lower low, and both assets are bullish, that means that one asset has to go faster and harder than the other, and then that would be ETH if Sol versus ETH should be going down. Okay? And I think we can use this chart combined with the Sol and ETH charts alone to also confirm when ETH starts to rally. Because you can see it all lining up slowly. Because this is Sol versus ETH. But at the same time, we also have ETH versus Bitcoin, which should hopefully in the future start to break. Shit, wrong chart. Can I go back here? There you go. Okay. All good, guys. All good. All good. So if we align that with ETH versus Bitcoin right here, that at the moment, guys, still hasn't broken structure. Okay. We came into the very crucial POI right here, which was our 2-week order block, but we haven't broken structure. Okay? We haven't broken structure. Now, this is our current market structure high. We are currently rejecting, and we're starting to lose, okay? We're starting to lose that market structure low, which is something we should not lose. Because just like I explained to you guys, if you have 2 levels of structure and the black one is pointing down and you lose your red one, which is making higher lows and higher highs, then you're most likely gonna go down to the black market structure low. But if we do come down there, I'm expecting this to go over into a range that hopefully should be an accumulation. Okay? But I think the moment you get the sign, right? The moment you get the sign that this starts breaking structure back to bearish and this starts breaking structure back to bullish, whether it comes down, recovers, and breaks it like this, or whether it comes down and it confirms an accumulation in here, combine that with the fact that then ETH should start to flip 4K, break aggressively through it, backtest it with a reconfirmation, that is the ETH season that you and we have all been hoping for. Okay? So we're coming closer, but we're not there yet. And with Bitcoin dominance on the rise, a distribution can still play out. Let me have a look at the chat, guys. How is Pepe looking? We can check Pepe in a minute. I'm Scoopity Poopity. I love that name, brother. Glad you saw the post. Really enjoying the content. I appreciate you, brother. It was kind words. I loved it. Hey, man, what do you think of prop farm fivers compared to FTMO? I would do FTMO. The prop firm fivers, I don't trust their reviews. Could you take a look at BNB? Actually, I'm really curious about BNB because I haven't checked BNB in a minute. So I'm actually pretty curious about that price action. So we're gonna check Pepe. We're gonna check BNB, kind of see if we can have some sort of a correlation. If I'm using a high time frame, let's say the 1 hour, can I confirm a model 1 using the low time frame, 5 to 15 minutes? Yeah. So you can have a range, right? So how it typically works is, let's say your range is on the 1 hour, like in this, the red drawing represents the 1 hour, and it can be looking something like this. To confirm the distribution, you need to break structure back inside the original range. Boom, 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 right? And you just look at the most local one. So if this red drawing represents your 1 hour, on the 5 you might have a local uptrend here. And if that 5 breaks back to bearish, that confirms the 1 hour model for sure. Otherwise, you have no refined entries. Lars Cooking, I appreciate you, Marvin. I hope you're doing good. Shout out to you, Mr. Therese. Literally was so tense right now, feeling better seeing the stream. I'm glad I could get rid of that tension, brother. Just relaxing, watching charts, explaining price action. Yeah, and in general, when Bitcoin dumps 15%, or 15 to 20% after it has moved up and popped off, your alts dump with it. And then on that second leg up, that's when alts start to catch up crazy fast. And I'm telling you, fast. I appreciate you, Valentino. Also you, Bitcoin Carlitos. Yeah, I love that name. Mr. Bullish on... Guys. You need to all take notes to this sir's username. Mr. I don't know if you're already in the Discord, but if you're not, I'm giving you a free monthly VIP subscription right now. Because the fact that your name is Mr. Bullish on TCT deserves it. So send me a DM on X, screenshot your Bitcoin or your YouTube username, and if you're not, I'll give you a free month. Because you're an absolute top G, bro. Will you go into the Take and Trace channel? Yes, actually tonight. I'm going to answer them all tonight. And then the educational class tomorrow in the Discord is just for extra questions that you guys have. So definitely prepare for the educational class tomorrow inside of the VIP community. You're already in it. You know what? I'll just add a month. I'm gonna add a month to your current duration, brother. absolute G. So let's check out Pepe, okay? Because Pepe is obviously very important for our beta plays. So let's pull on Pepe USDT. Why do I not get that chart? Is it 1,000? Oh yeah, there you go. So this is the current TA that I already have. Let me first go on spot because I already have existing high time frame TA on spot. I did that yesterday. Get the right chart here. Boom. Okay. So this is my current high time frame TA. Okay. So obviously Pepe is in a high time frame uptrend. There's no denial about that. If you want to draw a high time frame structure, you're making higher lows and higher highs, just like this, okay? This is all higher lows and higher highs. From there, we have broken into price discovery, but we have started a range and we have deviated the range high, okay? And whenever you deviate the range high, you could have a potential distribution in progress. That's just the name of the game. That's not me being bearish. That's me being objective, okay? So we have to look at this range and we have to check and we have to watch out that this doesn't come up, sweep that extreme liquidity, and then break structure back to bearish. Because if that happens, you confirm your distribution. And the target of the distribution is the range low. Okay? If we close a daily candle outside of the deviation limit of this range, showcasing a break of structure, we can expect a continuation higher. And if that happens, I am expecting to trend. Okay? and we're going to have momentum trading where not that many retests will be given to you, at least proper good retests. If we come down from here slowly, that's bullish, okay? Because then we're leaving a lot of liquidity above, and I'm expecting the move down to be recovered in a matter of 1 to 2 days and just straight candles up if we confirm a break of structure back to bullish after sweeping the range low. If we have the distribution, the target is most definitely the range low, and depending on the aggressiveness of the distribution, we can expect either a sweep of the range low before a continuation higher or a mitigation in one of the demand zones below. And currently, like I say here, this demand zone will most likely not get mitigated since it would retrace too deeply for a simple continuation. I'm not expecting Pepe to ever come back down there. Maybe in the bear market, but not this cycle. But if we have an aggressive move down from this, okay, we can expect these levels to get hit, which would be, somewhere in here. You can copy and paste the levels. I don't know exactly what it is. It's structured demand. So those are all the scenarios, okay? That's not me being bearish. I'm just saying if we break out of it, we can expect a continuation. As of now, on the high time frame, you have a deviation of your high, which is your first indication of a potential distribution, okay? Going on the lower time frame inside of the range, we are truly building we're building a lot of liquidity at the highs and the lows on the higher time frame and on the lower time frame within the range. So this is our current range that I was talking about, where you have your range high, you have your range low, and you got that deviation 1. Let's extend price to the deviation high. And you can see right here that not only are we building liquidity locally here. Can I do this in the trend line? Let me check. Nah, it's harder. Nah, you can actually do it. We can pull it off like this. Not only are you building liquidity below you, you're also building a lot of liquidity above you right here. Okay? Not only that, we have a range within a range where this is also a low time frame range. And even within the low time frame range, right, we have a lot of liquidity above, and we had, if we keep this like this, a lot of liquidity below right here. So price is compressing and currently losing this tightening triangle, right, where we're leaving liquidity both below and above. And what I always say is that the first move is the fake move. So we have demand below right here. If you go down first, that is actually more bullish than bearish, because the first move tends to be the fake move, okay? So if we come down here and we come into this demand, sweep the range low, go up and confirm some sort of accumulation model, I'm going to be longing all the way up to that high, all the way up to these highs right here, okay? We just have to watch out that the accumulation, if it presents itself and if it gives us the move up, doesn't turn into a higher time frame distribution, okay? Because I have seen that multiple times where you get a low time frame accumulation that confirms the third tap of your higher time frame distribution like this. The exact same thing is what I traded on XRP, okay? It was truly the exact same thing. So can I actually pull it below it? Yeah, look at that. Beautiful. It already pops out XRP as if it was like meant to be. But what you can see right here on XRP is you guys know now about the scenario on Pepe. Now let me tell you about how we traded XRP, because what you see on XRP is that we had this range forming, okay? And we had a 1, we had a 2, and we had a 3. So in this case, we already had a distribution model. Now, the thing is, right here on the lower time frame, and this is the thing I'm pointing towards where we have to watch out with Pepe, is that right here was your extreme liquidity. Okay? I'm not going to go into detail right now why that was extreme liquidity, but this was your extreme liquidity. What we had prior to coming into that extreme liquidity was this beautiful accumulation model, right? Where we had this low time frame range that was a model 2 accumulation, 1, 2, 3. Absolutely amazing return to zone. We traded this inside of the community. If you were already there the 20th of October, which was like 5 days into the launch. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to the first week OGs. But what we saw is that we had this accumulation right here. Okay, so this was our accumulation, and we got the confirmation, but the purpose of the accumulation was to complete the distribution. Okay, and then we dump back down to the target of the distribution. So we have to be aware that we don't get, an accumulation here where the target of the accumulation is just to complete the distribution. But this is just us preparing for multiple scenarios, okay? And market structure, using those different levels of market structure, is going to tell us what price will end up doing. I hope we just come down. I truly hope we come down, because that's high time frame more bullish than bearish. That's what people get wrong. That's why distributions work so good, because distributions tend to be in an environment where prices just go up. They go up, they go up, they go up, they dump back down. Right? Because you go up to get people bullish. But you can copy this high time frame TA, because that will not change in a while, right? You can copy it over so that you're prepared. Right here. Boom, boom, boom. Copy it over and be prepared for every high time frame move. And this is basically what we also do inside of the TCT trading community. Like, we have scalp setups, we have day trading setups, we compound that 5% weekly through leverage trading, but we're also prepared for all these high time frame moves, because you guys should not underestimate. Okay, let's say someone didn't know about TA and they were just bullish on Pepe, because I think we're all bullish on Pepe as a meme, as a narrative, as an asset class in the crypto market. Okay, but just because something is bullish doesn't mean it doesn't retrace. Obviously, everything retraces. So if you didn't know about Pepe, okay, and let's say Pepe were to pull 100% move, okay, let's just say we're going to pump 100% right here. Let's say from this price on forward. Now, you know what? Let's say price is going to come down. Okay, let's say price is going to come down. We're going to sweep that low. From that low, we pump 100%, which will be something like this. Okay? Let's say this happens, and I low-key should go on another chart. Yeah, just to keep it clean. Let's say that happens. Let's put the low right there. We do something like this, and we go up 100%. The people that bought at the highs, okay, the people that bought at the highs right here, on that move up, they will only net, on average, around 22%. Okay? They will net 22% on their investment. Whereas just by understanding simple TA, where you know at that point it's not the best time to buy, and you can see the distribution allowing you to invest at this price point, from the same move, okay, you should be up a 2x on your investment compared to only a 20% gain. If we pump another 100% from there, making this 200%, you would be 3x up on your investment versus not even a 2x, being up 80% versus a 3x. Just by understanding a TA and trading a 30% retracement, which is completely normal in the crypto market. And I think a lot of people don't understand the tiny difference in like the massive difference you can get in an ROI on an investment by just entering on a tiny percent retracement compared to just entering on the pump. Because when I post about Andy, when I post about Wolf, at the moment, they haven't hit their target yet, right? So if we pull up the Andy chart, I was posting about this distribution, right? As of now, we are currently bouncing from our 18-hour demand zone, which is absolutely crucial to hold, okay? Let's say this holds on Andy, and we go higher from here. This is already a 20% move down. I have just showed you the math with 30%. You can do it yourself with 20. It can be massive, okay? And this was already all pre-planned. The 1, the 2, all pre-planned, okay? On Wolf, I gave you guys the negative fib. And you guys know I put a patent on that negative fib, the negative fib golden pocket, okay? Currently from that POI, when I posted it, we are already down also over 22%. And on the highest point, we have been down 30%. I have just showed you the math. You can do it now for yourself. It's already a win. It's already massive. Because even if you were to buy right here or right here, and we went lower and higher, compared to the people that bought at the FOMO, you were up so much more money just by waiting, 4 days. So that's why I highlight even potential rejections. I could also bull post only and just talk about only buying here or here if we come there and not talk about the rejection at all. But the fact that someone in my community can increase their token holdings by 30% because they timed it with my help, it's all worth it. So shout out to you, Marvin. Shout out to Marvin. What's the current price doing? It's chilling. And you guys, you need to be aware. We are in December. Christmas days are coming. New Year's is coming. Normally when you're in December, price doesn't do that much. We are in more like peak bull run right now, so it could rally during December. But in general, my honest advice would just be to have limits for high time frame key POIs, or not limits, alerts. My apologies. I mean alerts for high time frame key POIs where you want to buy more. If those don't get hit, that means price is not coming down to there, so you don't have to worry, and you just do not check the phone. You just chill. You enjoy Christmas with your family, your friends, partner, you name it, and you just don't check. Okay? Because you can be up a lot of money, you can be down, doesn't matter, just don't check. Because I am very confident that in the next 1 to 3 to 4 months, your portfolio is going to be so much higher than it is at the moment that there's no need to stress long term. And I just realized there were a lot of chats. Mr. Carson, I just bought access to your private Discord, but I paid with crypto. It is still being processed. Do you know how long it takes to confirm? I'm excited. So what you need to do, is it should already be done, right? It should already be done. So what you need to do is you just go to any channel. Let's say you go to the general channel, and then what you type in is you type in /, okay? Type in / and then do /register. And if you fill in your email right here, the same email that you use to sign up, you're going to get given VIP status automatically. But it should already be processed. That should be like an immediate thing. Just watch the Unpackers podcast with you in it. One word, insane, man. What a journey. Guys, if you want to know more about me, I had a podcast recently. It got live, or it got launched. And it's just a 30-minute conversation kind of about how I came into trading and just a bit more about me. I also plan on making a bit more content in that style, talking about trading psychology, talking about what it's like to be a trader, and make those like authentic, cool videos with like high quality, where I sit and talk to the camera to kind of get, both ends of the spectrum, because we are all in this trading game, but don't forget, we all also have a personal life. We're all also humans, right? We're kind of already all the same. So I think that's a big thing that's overlooked, right? I think it's a big thing that's overlooked that, for some people, they can't spend every day behind the charts. So they do need a different approach and they do need different help. So I want to make videos regarding all of that stuff. Okay. But Mr. King, what do you get if you join the VIP? Bro, everything you need to succeed this cycle, to be honest. Like, I would say it is a more trading focused community, but we can pull up the Discord, guys. This is just an introduction to kind of show you what the Discord features are all about. We have the free community section right here. We even talk about personal development. If you guys are interested in how to grow your back, this was my recent back day, looking absolutely diced. Psychology, motivation, but also just right here, exclusive course content, right? Private lectures regarding mentorship, backtesting videos for you to truly master the TCT content. Got the VIP questions category where all your questions get answered. We have live streams during London, New York, and on Wednesday and Thursday, also in the evening, an educational class and an altcoin stream to talk about some altcoins. You got the people absolutely working in here, talking about price action. The meme coin channel has been going absolutely nuts with the launch of Pengu and all that stuff. And then you have my channel where I talk about crypto and all the juicy stuff. Also Forex. And also, very important, I post macro analysis. Okay, so you can see I already posted the high time frame today on Pepe inside of the server and then on multiple different pairs. Okay, also preparing exit triggers to kind of nail this cycle. So whether you're a spot investor, a swing trader, you want to learn how to day trade, we do crypto, Forex, commodities. The TA, the private lectures are in there. It's impossible for you to not succeed as long as you put in the work. We've all presented it to you. We're always active in there, but you do need to do the work if you want to succeed. But that goes with anything in life, right? And then I am more in control of the day trading aspect, and then Wyckoff Insider is more in control regarding the meme coins, the rotations, and all that stuff. Because he's just really, to be honest, guys, he's just really, really good at it. Better than me. Bro, trading psychology is so important. And like, I wouldn't even call it trading psychology. I would just say like investing psychology, like financial market psychology. So whether you're an investor or trader, most people fail because of their psychology. Everyone can draw some lines on the chart. And there are so many ways to draw lines. Like, I'm not saying my way is the right way. There are so many ways to draw lines. There are so many ways to roam. But then still so many people fail. And that's all because of they cannot handle their emotions. And that's what you learn when you focus on psychology. That's why I also put a big importance on psychology, because that was the hardest thing for me to master. But yeah, Mark Douglas, an absolute G. Absolute G. He made trading in the zone He has an amazing interview on YouTube of 1 hour and 40 minutes, and that helped me also a lot. So let's check out BNB at the moment. Okay, let's check out BNB because I haven't looked at BNB in a minute. What's this pair doing? Oh, BNB was pretty strong actually. Was this the macro range? Yeah, it was. So this macro range on BNB was just nothing but a reaccumulation model. 1, 2, 3, just like Bitcoin. Like very similar to Bitcoin. And we actually put in a new all-time high, but it's having struggles closing above it. It's having struggles closing above it. But that's a bullish chart, eh? Let's check on the lower time frames right here. Put in an all-time high, came back down with the liquidation event, swept this low, and from there has had a pretty decent recovery. Obviously, be aware that we do not start to distribute, which we could be doing right now. Right here, we have our range high, we have our range low, range high, range low, deviation 1. Let's extend our range high to the deviation high. And then we have our deviation 2 indicating a model 1 distribution. We also came into supply here on the left. I'm seeing signs of a return to zone right here, where price is curving up coming into the potential distribution. Let's scan through some time frames. Let's see, did we have market structure right here? Yes, we did. So you are in a distribution at the moment on BNB, but it's not a massive distribution. It's more a local distribution, but you did break structure here back inside the range. Let's check the volume profile. Put on that volume area high and low. Yeah, you're currently holding that volume area high as support. You have broken market structure. If you lose this liquidity trail that's building up and you start closing below that volume area high, you're gonna get a rotation back down to at least around 700, this 69, this 697-ish area. And from there, we can be looking for, yeah, probably something like this. Probably like a move down and then the move up. That's an ugly drawing. A move down, a move up, and then it's going to decide whether it wants to go down and form like a new range in here, or if it wants to just find support at a certain price point, put in the higher low, and then move up, because this was already a massive liquidation event. So that's what I'm currently seeing on BNB. Could we take a look at Popcat? I actually did Popcat TA. No gym today, brother. I got the coffee ready. You know what day it is? It is chess day. It is chess day, so it's a good day. So I have one more chart that I can do. The thing is, I already did Popcat. So I'm just going to show you the Popcat TA I already had. I don't know which pair I had it. Or was it Mog? No, I think I did Popcat. Yeah. So the Popcat TA is very simple. This 0.8 level is an extremely strong level. If you want to buy spot, 0.8 is where it should be. Okay? From like a limit spot trading perspective. Currently, you could have a potential accumulation here. Okay? If you start to show signs of an accumulation in this range, I'm definitely looking to open up a long, because the return to zone here, how price is coming down, is beautiful. Okay, it's absolutely beautiful how we're coming down. So I'm watching this range for a potential accumulation. If we start to lose this range, 0.8 is going to be your level. Okay. And then just as an addition to it, this level right here, it's part of market maker supply. So if you're trading it level to level, this is definitely a level to take profit. If you're just holding spot, then don't worry that much about that level. But these are the numbers: 0.8, 1.78, or an accumulation in this current range. I've already done MOG on it also. I've also already done MOG. Corey really wants Ave. Then let's do Ave or a. How do you say that in English? Like Evie? Or is it just Ave? Oh damn. Yeah. Okay, what's going on here? What's going on here? Because we were talking about Ave like a week ago, but then it pumped even harder. But we were still in this massive resistance POI. So I'm not going to search for an order block, but this is a wick. What does a wick represent, guys? A wick represents a buy to sell, indicating market maker involvement that push price down in that point. So I'm just going to use the entire supply zone because I don't really care about where it rejected. I care more about how it rejected. And yeah, this is 100% the distribution that's actually already completed almost, right? So right here, you had your range high, you had your range low, you had your distribution 1 or your deviation 1, and then you had your deviation 2 showcasing a TCT Model 1 distribution schematic, TCT Model 1 distribution right there. Now, let's see if we can go on the lower time frame to confirm this. Let's keep that all pretty. I like to have the charts neat and tidy. Boom. It's looking like we have market structure right here on the lower time frame. Let's validate that by going on like the 5-minute. Oh, there you go. Even up higher. Yeah. That was your break of structure. So the moment price broke structure right here, you can confirm that Ave is coming down to there. So definitely distribution, but it's already played out. Can you get follow through? Well, Ave is in a place where it could get some follow through towards the downside. Let's check for potential support levels. It could be nice. You know what would be nice? If you actually bounce off this breaker. The breaker of the bearish order block that is causing the rejection right now. If that could give a bounce, that would be pretty sick. Because you closed above it. So if we can get something like that, let's see. I would love that. I would love that. If we can bounce from this area and otherwise bounce from this massive area right here, you can definitely look for a potential long, but you need to have confirmations because you just pumped up crazy and you're seeing a very clean TCT Model 1 distribution schematic. Okay, so I would only long this if we have a crazy accumulation schematic, just like we had a distribution model here. Otherwise, I would not be touching it. But yeah, definitely great representation of an amazing distribution model. I have never had a position in MSTR, but I have a position in NASDAQ, which is a lower market cap project. So I don't like to talk about it that much, but I have been having a position in Aave or in NASDAQ ever since around 2 mil, ever since here. So when I saw this as a potential beta play to the SPX 6900, I saw this. We were actually doing this on live on the stream. I saw this accumulation model on NQ right here, where we had the SC, we had the ST, and these letter combinations represent your Wyckoff combinations. And your spring. And then we broke structure back to bullish right here. So I was like, yo, this is looking good, guys. I think most of us took a position, especially on that back test. And that ran up a lot. I took out my initial investment, so we're just running this on profits. But that's my current stock play. Mr. Zake if you go to the beginning of the stream, I gave a very in-depth explanation regarding the Sol chart, like a very good one. So you can just scroll back to the beginning of the stream, and we talked about Doge or about Solana. Okay, guys, if you want me to chart your altcoin, you can find me. I cannot, do every single altcoin of you, but a lot of altcoins that you guys are requesting is something I've already discussed inside of the TCT Trading community in my macro analysis channel. Okay, so if you like the streams, if you like my way of teaching, you're gonna like the Discord even more because it's more of everything and even better. So I appreciate all of you guys for watching. Don't forget to not only stare at charts, go outside, stay fit, stay healthy, sleep good, okay? So you're extra sharp when you are trading, because trading is very mentally challenging, okay? I'm going to hit in a crazy gym session now. We will be seeing you guys, I think, Friday, because Wednesday and Thursday we have private live streams in the evening inside of the server. And I appreciate all of you for attending, commenting, liking, just showing love. Like, you guys don't know how much that means to me. And I'll see all of you later this week, and obviously update you guys on my socials. Okay, peace out, guys.